we're going on a trip to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, and it's where a lot of famous paintings are stolen, like the Rembrandt. And I've traveled so far to be able to see the museum, and I'm so excited to see it because I've only heard stories from it because I've been too far to visit it. But now I get to visit it, so I'm so excited, and I'm going with my mom and my grandmother. So this will be fun, and I'll get to see the frame that the Rembrandt was in, hopefully. So yeah, come along with me, and then there will be photos. Like I said in my intro, today we're going to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, and we get to see all the photos, and it was where some of the most famous, a lot of famous photos were taken, like paintings, and which is very interesting. So hopefully I get to see the frames that they left up, because they leave up the frames that the pictures were stolen from, which is interesting. One of the photos that was stolen was called the Rembrandt, and I feel like it's very popular because it was like a boat, I think. Don't quote me on that. I know it's the Rembrandt. I don't know if it's a boat though. So, yeah. guys for watching this video. I got to see the museum. Sadly enough, the room where the paintings were stolen, like the Rembrandt were stolen, they were renovating it, so I couldn't see the walls that they were stolen from. But I got to see the frames in a different room because they were storing them there while the room that they were stored in was being renovated, which is interesting because and apparently the Rembrandt photo that was stolen was called Christ in the Storm on the Sea of Galilee by Rembrandt. And it's called Rembrandt because it's obviously more well known. Because obviously, yeah. So I was excited to see that, but at least I got to see the frames because they were stolen in 1990, which obviously was before modern day technology, cameras, all that stuff. Which is so interesting because apparently it happened during St. Patrick's Day, if I'm correct. Where in the earliest hours after St. Patrick's Day, they went to the museum and then convinced the security guard to let them in, claiming that they were responding to a disturbance in the museum. And then the thieves handcuffed the guards in the basement and then spent roughly 81 minutes looking through the galleries and taking the pictures that they wanted. And they literally cut the photos out of their frames and then leaving the empty frames on the walls as a symbol of hope for the paintings to eventually return. It was a lot of photos taken, and then the FBI is investigating it and stuff, but have had no success. And they're offering a $10 million reward to bring the paintings back, which obviously there's 13 stolen photos, which I find interesting because I always wonder how we can get away with 13 popular photos from a museum, but then again it's 1990, so there's no cameras. So, everything was getting stolen. You could steal it easier, and you could just, roll up the paintings and leave them. So, yeah, that's all interesting because, it says online that the FBI and investigators have identified the presumed perpetrators and local mobsters. So they don't exactly know, but they have, they think it was these two people named George Reisfelder and Lenny DiMuzio. I think that's how you say their names, who died shortly after the 1990 crimes. And it's still an active investigation, which is interesting because obviously they can't solve something if it happened before the modern technology. Which is interesting. So I really wish we knew where the paintings were because that was so interesting because the fact that they got all the way out and no one noticed they were carrying 13 rolled up paintings. And there are movies and documentaries about it now, which is interesting. There's one called This Is a Robbery, the World's Biggest Art Heist, that came out in 2025, and one called Any Day Now. No, the first one, This Is a Robbery, came out in 2021. Any Day Now came out in 2025. And which is so interesting because obviously that's crazy. But yeah. So I was I loved going there because I got to learn about a lot of the history that was included there, which I was excited about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you get to see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.